Guys, you won't believe this is getting really serious right now. Now, this one is not from the happy boys. This is from the lady herself who claimed, the 22-year-old, who claimed that Apostle Chibuzor impregnated her. She is 22 years old. And not just that, the girl went ahead to say that he impregnated me while I was living with him and tried to force me to pin the child on my husband. Wow. She even revealed that he slept, or I don't know, sleeps with several ladies or girls under his roof and got one pregnant. She even mentioned the name of the girl. She claims he got pregnant and other girls he's been sleeping with. This one, what do we call this one? Is it exposing Apostle Chibuzor or what? Well, Apostle Chibuzor himself reacted to that. He said he's being blackmailed. I'll say he reacted to this whole scandal about him. He said he's being blackmailed. Let us read exactly what he said, and after that, we'll watch that video. You need to watch that girl's video, the 22-year-old. I've been reading comments on social media posts concerning the allegations against OPM, and I see so many people blaming the happy boys that was sent by Apostle Chibuzor to Cyprus. They are responsible. They are responsible for the blackmail. There is a supposed doctor in the US that's called Daddy OPM. That's called Daddy OPM, demanding for $1 million from him, or his group will fight him. He said they operate in West Africa, Europe, America, and made a list of some prominent Nigerians that has settled them. Apostle, as a man whose passion is to help the less privileged and put smiles on the people's faces, would rather use that money to bless more lives, because that is what will make God happy. So what they are trying to say here, Apostle Chibuzor's team, they are trying to say here, is there's someone in the US who's requesting for money, a blackmailer. So they reach out to people they perceived rich and try to blackmail them if they refuse to pay certain amount of money. Do you believe this? But first, let's watch this video.
He asked me to sit. At this point, it was just me and him in his room. I felt somehow, and I asked him, Daddy, this one is only me and you. I hope nothing is wrong, or did I do anything wrong? He was like, no, don't be scared. So he asked me to sit, and I did. He asked me to switch off my phone. I was still feeling somehow because I wasn't understanding. The first thing he said was that he wants to talk to me, but that he wants to make an instance. That let us say that I always eat banana. Whenever I am done eating, I always eat. They will give me banana to eat. So after a while, they stopped giving me this banana. So one day, after so many years, I now see this banana from somebody, and I want to eat it. But I cannot buy this banana. But I really want this banana. That's, if I find myself in such a situation, that what will I do?
Who is saying this to you?
Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay.
I told him, if I was in that situation, I've seen the banana I want to eat, but I cannot buy it. I'll simply ask the person that is with banana to give it to me. He now said, okay, that what if it will be very, very difficult for that person to give it to me, or the person might reject me, but I really want it. I said, I just have to beg first. Since I can't buy it, I just have to beg first. So he kept.
How old were you then?
I think I was 18 then.
18 years, okay.
He now said, okay, now that's okay. Let him tell me what it is. What if he asks me to go into a relationship with him? That what will I say? At that point, my assumption, everything that was in my head came to the conclusion and everything. I was confused. I didn't know what to answer, not because of what he said, but because it was coming from him. I was already sweating. There was AC in the room, but I was sweating and I was scared at the same time. So I was like, I don't understand. But Daddy, you know, there is somebody I want to get married to, and you're aware. So why are you actually asking me to do something like this? Why will you ask me to do something like this? What will I tell him? He said, you don't have to tell him. He doesn't have to know. You just keep it between us. I was like, Even if you're asking me to go into a relationship with you, what kind of relationship exactly? He said I should come on, I should stop talking like I'm a child. Why am I talking like I don't know what I said, no, I don't want to assume. You have to say what you want. So what kind of a relationship are you talking about? He said, okay, since I want him to say it, that he is actually looking for a sexual relationship. I said that you're a pastor. Yes.
By name?
I said that Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay, allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
He said that after all, he's a man. He said, just know that you cannot say no. You know me already. I do not take no for an answer. In fact, he got angry at that moment and said, why do you even think you can say no? You can't say no. I cannot take no for an answer. Who do you even think you are to want to say no to me? People, you do know how many ladies that are at my beck and calls. But it's just because I can't go to outside to start doing nonsense. I cannot do this because of who I am. This one, a general overseer. I'm bringing myself down to ask you for something like this. And you're saying no. Who do you think you are? But I still want to know, what if I say no? Want to come with it? He said, in that case, be ready to leave my house. And if you're leaving my house, don't think that I will let you go just like that. Because I know people will start asking you, because people know I like you very well and that you are my daughter. So if you leave my house without you committing any crime, people will start asking questions. And I know you will talk. So if you leave my house, don't think I'll just let you go like that. To me, that was... So I don't know if I should say I thought about this whole thing. I could not think about it. This was in 2019, between March and April.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm thinking about. After all, it's not like I'm a virgin. After all, that if I just agree, whatever I wanted, he will give me. Is it house? What is it that he cannot give me? Money. I'm planning for my wedding. He was going to give me the best wedding in Port Harcourt. Was going to do this. He started saying so many things. I was just looking at him. When he finished talking, I asked him, I said, I am aware that if I agree to this, it is going to be a hidden relationship, right? He said, yes. I said, fine. In this situation, what if I get pregnant? He said, is he a child? That he won't let me get pregnant. I said, it's not about being a child. Pregnancy can happen. So if you're saying you won't let me, it's the same thing that you have to use protection. Whatever will happen, if at all anything will happen. He said, but how do I expect him to go and get protection? What will he tell people he wants to use it for? Imagine if him going outside. I said, if that is the case, I will buy it for you. So when I thought about this whole thing, I said, okay. I told him, fine, if this is what you want, no problem. But on one condition, I don't ever want to get pregnant. He said he has heard me. I should stop preaching. That do I even see him like someone who will not be able to take care of his child if anybody get pregnant for him? I said, okay, thank God you're the one saying this. So the relationship started. It wasn't once, it wasn't twice. He kept demanding.
So he had his way.
Yes, he had his way. And at each single time, he refuses to use the protection.
Are you serious?
And I made sure I always reminded him. I said, I asked you to use protection and you're always refusing. He said, I am in his house and I cannot call the shots. I can't tell him what to do in his house. So he called the shots and he decides what happened. And I kept telling him, don't get me pregnant and expect me to go, because I will not. Yeah. I told him this. He said I should stop preaching. I said, no problem. He kept having his way. Meanwhile, the guy I was supposed to marry was still planning for the marriage. I approached Apostle and I told him, I said, please, you are the general overseer of OPM and I'm having an affair with you. And the person who wants to marry me is an usher in the church. I don't think I can do this. He said, no, if you go ahead with the marriage, what if the guy did not agree? What if people start suspecting? I said, suspect what? I don't want to go ahead with the marriage. This guy is an usher in your church. What do you think? So after the whole end of the day, after this whole affair and everything, I get married to this guy, and then I'll go to church and I'll be looking at the both of you. I don't want to put myself in this. He refused. I know so many people, his sisters tried to talk to him, tried to talk to Apostle to cancel the marriage. He refused. So The marriage was fixed 20th July. The wedding was fixed 20th July 2019. He paid for everything. Even while the wedding preparation was still going on, he was still demanding for. Now, the wedding was yesterday, Saturday. The next day was the Sunday, which I did this test, and it was in the church, and it came out positive. And I was shocked because I know I never had anything to do with that guy until the wedding night. Okay, come to even think of it. Day before yesterday was my wedding, and you're asking me to go for an 2 days later. What if I don't get pregnant again? He said, don't. After the marriage, I left his house, and he continued with someone else.
How do you know about that?
Fine. We were all in the house, and he had already started having other girls before I left the house. So we all know about this.
How did you know? Can you prove to me how you got to know? Allegedly.
We talk to ourselves. We all know ourselves, and we talk to ourselves.
What's the name of the person?
There was Joy Joshua. There was Favor.
And they live there.
There was other people. Yes, it wasn't one. Yes. 3 months into the pregnancy, someone else got pregnant for him.
Someone else?
Yes, someone else.
By who? What's the name of
Joy, sorry. After they pray for you, I said I don't want. The next day was 23rd, which was Tuesday. When I woke up in the morning, as usual, picked up my phone, I saw an alert, 100,000 naira. And he also sent me a WhatsApp message. I have sent you money so you can go and do it. He kept saying I was ungrateful. I was this. This is the reason why he doesn't want to take care of the boy. He doesn't want to do this. After all, I'm married. Now, why can't I just let my husband take responsibility? I say, who does that? Someone else fathered a child and someone else take it. As at this time, my husband was already in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
And was still not aware of the truth. Sure.
Where is she now?
She's currently in Lagos.
Does she have the baby?
Yeah, she has the baby.
She's in Lagos with the baby?
Yes.
Do you have her contact?
I don't have a contact, but currently she has been on my DM these few days.
Okay, no, I'm asking you.
No, sir.
All you're telling me now, I'm going to investigate this matter before I move on.
No problem, sir. No problem.
But here's the thing, right? Some people are blaming the girl. They kept saying, why would you sleep with a married man? You are old enough to understand that these things got repercussion. Let us read this comment by that Euro Pride. He said, I'm not supporting this pastor, but I think Africa is a dramatic continent. To think that a grown adult would take decisions, later come out and be crying on social media pathetically. Were they forced? Why would you allow a married man sleep with you? Were you forced? Some of these men of God are doing terrible things behind closed doors. So this person blamed both the pastor and the lady. And here's someone really confused why they're blaming the girl. She said, why are these people blaming the girl and not the pastor? Like, are you all so blind in this religion thing? When I fear pastor we sin that much, same thing you people did to David baby mama. Blame the ladies and not David. No wonder you all keep getting bad leaders. Last comment here. My issue with this story is that she felt threatened when he asked to sleep with her, but agreed to his advances, but didn't accept 10 million. The math is not mathing. Now, guys, we're going to watch a video I posted a few days ago about this particular pastor. Remember, Happy Boys claimed that this man raped a 14-year-old, right? Now, this lady claimed that the OPM pastor sleeps with several girls and she's not the only person. Now, we're gonna watch that video about this. We're gonna watch it again just to refresh our memory, because I had to go back myself to watch that video after stumbling on this video this girl exposing the OPM pastor, just so we can understand this whole thing and the scandals about this pastor. And that's all after that. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace. I'm going to leave you with that. It really shocked me. So these guys, Happy Boys, are back on social media again. This time with an evidence against the OPM pastor who helped them travel to Cyprus, right? To school. Now, this is the last thing I'm sure some of you are expecting to hear about these people. I mean, these guys are accusing the OPM pastor of rape. They said he raped and impregnated a 14-year-old girl, and they've got evidence on social media. Let me read this report. They said, Happy Boys makes jaw-dropping allegations, post alleged evidence of a voice note of Pastor Chibuzor threatening the 14-year-old girl to stay silent and not call him out in public because, according to him, many other pastors also have scandals and Nigerians will move on from her own after a short while.
That go ahead and do, or know that the scandal will just go off.
See,
Every
you pass a
scandal
year, I will
have a
slap
expiry
you.
date. If you put your scandal everywhere, there's no pastor that there are many pastors that have scandal. Suleiman had his own scandal. The other person that had his own scandal. Even Steve had his own scandal. Everybody had a scandal. But the scandal did not close the door. If you put your scandal, you put it after the thing goes away. What next? What next? After that scandal, what next? I can decide if the scandal becomes too much. I can come out in the public, come to the altar, kneel down, and cry. I say,
Who will the shame go to?
children, my members, I'm sorry. Yes, I did this and I've asked God to forgive
Who
me.
will the
And I've
shame go
stopped
to?
it. So I can clear.
Some people said that be careful of who you help, because the OPM pastor, his intention was to help these people, Happy Boys, and when they got there, they became something else. While others are saying, look, why are we blaming Happy Boys? Let's talk about the voice note. We have AI these days, and voice notes could be made up, it could be created, but again, I really don't know what to say. These Happy Boys didn't stop there. They actually put out a statement about that. I mean, can you imagine? Yes, they explained everything on their page. How did they have access to that audio? It's still my major concern if it's true. So how did they, for you to be able to get such audio, either somebody reached out to you, somebody that believes that, which is, I mean, which works most of the time, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They saw that you guys are already fighting or having issues with this pastor, and they'd be like, okay, let us take advantage of these people. Let us send the voice notes. We've been trying to, call out this pastor. No major platform have been able to carry our news or our story about this pastor. Let us reach out to this guy. All these guys are frustrated over there. They need to tear this pastor down, and they found something on social media while they were scrolling or searching the internet. Or it's just made up, created. Honestly, guys, I don't know.